Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to crack the code on one of the biggest headaches for English learners, past simple versus present perfect. If you've ever felt just a little bit lost with these two, stick around, because by the end of this, you are going to have the one simple rule that makes it all click. All right, let's dive in.
So let's kick things off with a classic. What's really the difference between I have lost my keys and I lost my keys yesterday? I mean, they sound almost the same, right? But that tiny little change, it flips the whole meaning. And that's exactly the kind of confusion we're going to clear up for good.
So, here's our plan for the next few minutes. We'll start with the tense trouble, then I'll share the golden rule, and it's all about time. We'll put the tenses head to head, see what it means in the moment, check out the conversation flow, and then it's your turn to talk.
All right, first up, the tense trouble. And let's just be honest, this one can be a real headache. I mean, it trips up everyone, even people who've been speaking English for years. But I promise you, the solution is way, way simpler than you think.
Okay, what about this one? I have seen that movie yesterday. Does that sound right to you? If you're hesitating, that's totally okay. It is a super common mistake, and we're about to figure out exactly why it doesn't quite work.
And look, if you did pause for a second there, you are definitely not alone. The great news is the answer isn't about memorizing a bunch of boring grammar charts. Nope, it all comes down to understanding one single powerful idea.
And that brings us to the big reveal, the golden rule. It all boils down to one simple word: time. Seriously, this one word is the key that unlocks the whole thing.
Okay, you ready for it? Here it is. The golden rule is just asking yourself one simple question. Is the time finished or unfinished? That is it. I'm not kidding. That's the entire secret. Simple, right?
Now, to really make this stick, let's use a couple of powerful images. For the past simple, I want you to picture a timeline. The event happened at one specific point in the past. It's locked in. It's done. But for the present perfect, I want you to picture a backpack. It's full of all your life experiences that you carry with you right up to this very moment. The exact date? Who cares? It's just in your backpack. Okay, so with our golden rule and our new metaphors in mind, let's put these two tenses right next to each other and see how they really compare. Let's break this chart down. So over with past simple, we're talking about a finished action in a finished time. And look at those keywords. Yesterday, last week, in 2010. They are like giant flashing signs pointing to one specific spot on that timeline. Now, look over at present perfect. This is all about life experience, that backpack stuff. The keywords tell the story. Ever, never, just. See how they don't pin you down to a date? They're all about your experiences up to now. All right, so the grammar stuff is cool, but what does this actually sound and feel like in a real sentence? Let's check out how this one choice can totally change the story you're telling. This Paris example makes it crystal clear. If you say, I have been to Paris, you're just pulling that experience out of your backpack. It's a cool fact about your life. But the second you say, I went to Paris in 2015, bam, you've just put a pin on your timeline. Now you're telling a specific story about a finished time. Oh, this is a fantastic one. Imagine you're standing right at your front door and you say, I have lost my keys. What does that mean? The problem is happening right now. You can't get in your house. The past action has a present result. But if you're telling a friend about it the next day and say, I lost my keys yesterday, well, that's just a story about the past. The drama is over. It's a finished event on your timeline. So here's where it gets really interesting. How do people actually use these in a conversation? Well, they weave them together all the time, and there's a really natural, predictable rhythm to it. Let's take a look. The pattern is super simple. It's just 2 steps. First, you open up a new topic with present perfect. Think of it like asking, hey, what's in your experience backpack? You know? Have you ever? Then, step 2. As soon as they say yes, you switch to the past simple to get all the juicy details. Oh, cool. When did you go? You're asking them to point to it on their timeline. So a conversation might kick off just like this. Someone asks, have you ever been to Japan? They're not asking for a date. They're just asking if that Japan experience is something that's in your backpack. And the reply follows the pattern perfectly. First, yes, I have, confirming the backpack experience. And then what comes next? The timeline details. I went last year. It was beautiful. They instantly switch gears to the past simple to tell you the story. That's the flow. It's like a little conversational dance. Okay, you've seen the rule, you've got the metaphors, you know how it works in a real conversation. Now it is your turn to talk. Let's do a quick challenge. All right, pop quiz. She, London in 2010, should that be has visited or visited? Take a second. Just ask yourself that golden rule question. Is the time finished or unfinished? And the answer is visited. Of course it is. And why? Because of that little phrase right there, in 2010. That is a specific, finished time. It puts a big red circle on the timeline calendar, which means we have to use the past simple. See? The rule just works. So if you remember only one single thing from all of this, please make it this question. Is the time finished? Next time you're talking or writing and you feel that little moment of doubt, just pause and ask yourself that. If the answer is yes, past simple. If it's no, or if it's just a backpack experience, you go with present perfect. That's your guide.
And just like that, you've got the key. You have the golden rule. So I'm going to leave you with this question. What's a new conversation that you can start right now using that have you ever pattern? Think about it. And more importantly, go try it out. Thanks for watching.